Guys, you ever seen these calisthenics parks? Maybe wish you could train in them, but you're a beginner, maybe you don't know what to do, maybe it looks a little intimidating. Then this video is for you. You know, using your own body weight for exercise, especially when you're starting out, is such a great idea. I mean, it doesn't require any specialized equipment other than maybe access to a pull-up bar or a dip bar or something, but you don't need a full gym. Using your own body for weight as opposed to external resistance can actually prevent injury too. It's safe, it's effective training, especially if you're a little overweight. It builds skills, it builds confidence, and most calisthenics body weight exercises really use the core a lot. Like even a push-up, you're using your core to keep yourself in that plank, and that's why I like a lot of these exercises. Being able to pull and push your own body weight to do push-ups and to be able to do pull-ups is amazing, but especially the pull-up, it takes a lot of strength. So there's ways that we can build up to that and learn. But the first piece of advice I have for you guys is master the basics. Things like pull-ups, push-ups, body weight squats never get old. And people that are constantly searching for variations and variety and novelties and fads tend not to get progress. Those that work on the basics consistently get the results. So again, once you've mastered basic body weight exercises, you can move on to more advanced stuff. Like maybe you have a goal in mind. Maybe your goal is pull-ups. Maybe you'd like to be able to do between 5 and 10 pull-ups. That's an awesome goal. This is going to help you get there. Once you achieve higher levels and can get more strength and can do more repetitions, maybe you want to work on some more skill work and more advanced stuff. Maybe you want to learn a muscle up or a handstand push-up or a front lever. All that stuff is possible, but guys, first we have to master the basic. So we are going to go through a full workout routine today. This is going to be a full body routine. Again, this is for beginners, so this assumes you can't do a pull-up yet, but we're going to show you some options of what to do. It's basically going to be full body. I recommend you probably do this about 3 times a week. And it's going to be working both lower body and upper body. I tend to divide workouts in terms of pulling motion and pushing motion. We're going to work both today in this routine. Stay tuned. All right, so exercise number 1 is going to be the toughest. That's pull-ups. And pull-ups are a vertical pulling exercise because we're pulling our body weight up vertically. They're tough to do. So what I'm going to recommend for beginners, if you can't do one miserable pull-up, we're going to assist them and we're going to work on our eccentric strength. Working on eccentric strength is an awesome way of building up your overall strength. That means we're going to do negatives. We're going to assist the positive where we pull ourselves up over the bar, but we're going to use our own body weight to lower under control. So it's going to look like this. You're going to need a pull-up bar that allows your feet to touch the ground, and even if I'm able to bend the knees. If your bar is too high, like if I'm working on a higher bar, I might need a box or a bench or something under me to raise me up so I'm at the appropriate height. Because what I want to do is jump my chin over the bar like this, and then we'll try and lower under control. So I bend my knees, I'm going to jump up, bring my chin to over the bar, try and lower myself under control. We're going to do 5 repetitions. Do not be embarrassed by scaling your exercises. If you come out to the park, you put in the work, and you do routine, trust me, people are going to respect you for doing the work. So we've worked on a vertical pull. Now we're going to work on a vertical push. The ultimate expression of a vertical push would be a handstand push-up. Obviously, that's a bit difficult for beginners, so we're going to scale that down. And the first thing I think about is a pike push-up, and that's kind of like a push-up where you're in a down dog position. So it's kind of like a scaled handstand push-up. But I'm telling you, even that's difficult. So we're going to further scale it. The same way we worked on eccentric strength on the pull-ups, we're going to work eccentric strength in this push-up. We're going to do something called a Hindu push-up. I really like it. It's a nice flowing move. Here's what it looks like. So Hindu push-up, awesome eccentric strength exercise for building vertical push strength. This is a real scale version basically of a handstand push-up, okay? So it's going to start in a downward facing dog. So you're going to build an A-frame with your hands and feet on the floor, getting your hips nice and high. You're going to dive down into that push-up and scoop up from underneath. It's going to look like this. Let's build our A-frame. From here, dive. Head to the ground, chest, hips scoop up. From here, I'm not going to do the positive move. All I'm going to do is raise my butt, build my A-frame again. Second rep. Inhale, exhale. I recommend about 10 reps. Scoop. So we're going to add one more upper body pushing exercise. It's kind of a vertical push here. It's a dip. The easiest way to do dips is, before you advance to parallel bars, is to do bench dips. That you can use on a bench like this. You could use a picnic table, a chair, it doesn't really matter. All you're going to do, place your hands on the bench. A bent leg version would be easier. Slightly more difficult will be straight legs. Keep your butt close to the bench or the side. Lower yourself down as far as you can. Press yourself back up again. I'm going to recommend about 10 reps for this. This is an awesome exercise for your triceps and the back of your arms, also for your shoulders. Builds amazing strength. So we've worked on vertical pull and push. Now we're going to work on horizontal pull and push. We're going to start with the horizontal pull. Best thing for that is an inverted row, or a recline row, I guess you would call it. You can use any kind of a horizontal bar. So you can use dip bars. These ones are specially set up for this purpose. You need something about waist height or slightly above waist height. You could use Lebert Equalizer bars. You could use a suspension system like the Lebert Hit system or a TRX. Today I'm going to use these right here. So in the recline row, you want to have a nice tight core. You don't want your body to sag. The scaled version of this would be bent knee. More advanced would be straight leg. Regardless of the version you do, you want a nice straight line here. So if I was doing a bent leg version here, I'm not going to allow my hips to sag. I'm going to keep them up nice and high. Same thing, your shoulders, keep them in retraction and depress them down. Don't allow them to pull forward and come up. Keep them in this retracted position. You're going to build all these muscles in the back of your shoulder. Going to come in really handy. So again, hips up high, and then pull your shoulders down. Lead with the sternum. 10 reps of a recline row is going to be awesome. So we've done a horizontal pull. Now we have to do a horizontal push. Most basic thing comes to mind is a push-up. So you can do a kneeling push-up, you can do an incline push-up, you can do a full push-up on the floor depending on your ability. What I want to see is a nice tight core, okay? Squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs a little bit, so no sagging, all right? I'm going to do them on this bar today. It's a little bit of a scale and it's kind of comfortable on the wrists. So if you have this or an equalizer bar, you can do the same thing. Push-ups. Start in a plank position. Your hands should be shoulder width apart. Again, I'm not going to sag. I'm going to squeeze my bum to keep my lower back nice and flat, and you want to bring your chest to the floor or to the ground, to the bench, whatever it is you're doing push-ups from. Explode up, faster, come down slower. Try and keep, again, just like the row, you don't have to press your shoulders up, you can keep them in retraction. We're going to do 10 repetitions. Scale it for your ability. So we've done a lot of upper body. We need to work on lower body right now. Again, we're gonna stick to basics. So when I think of lower body basics, I think of the body weight squat or the air squat. It doesn't get any better. I want you to work on about 15 to 20 repetitions at a time. Upper body stuff tends to be more 5 to 10 reps. Lower body we can increase a little bit, especially for the air squat. Go. So for the air squat, you're gonna place your feet about shoulder width apart. Feet should be slightly splayed. Before you break at the knees, don't just do this, you want to break at the hips first. So I want you to push your butt back a little bit. It's almost like you're closing a car door with your bum when you're carrying heavy groceries. Just push your butt back, keep your chest nice and high, and you're going to pull yourself down. Try to get below parallel. My hands come forward, they can be in the prayer position or up. That's just as a bit of a counterbalance to keep me from toppling over backwards. And then press yourself back up. The whole time my feet are flat on the floor, my weight's on the heels, so we're gonna go down and up. Make sure you're not just doing half squats, okay? I want you to try and work on depth. The crease of your hip should ideally be below your knee. This is a below parallel squat. If you can't do it yet, over time, you should be able to loosen up. Remember, at the bottom of the squat, I'm gonna push my knees out. I don't want them to collapse in. So concentrate as you pull yourself down, pull those or push those knees out to the side and drive up on your heels. 15 reps, chest high. Oh, feels good, guys, feels good. There's one more lower body exercise I'm gonna do today, because while the body weight squat, I think of it as a push exercise because it's very anterior chain. It's a lot of quadriceps, but we want to work on posterior chain. So we want to work on glutes, maybe hamstrings a little bit more. So we're going to do that with lunges, and I recommend people start with reverse lunges. They're a little easier. We're going to do 10 per leg. So in the reverse lunge, you're basically going to be standing up. I'm going to start with my left leg, so I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring my knee just to the ground or just above the ground, and then drive up. You want to take fairly long steps back, like reach back, and make sure you're driving up with this leg and not assisting with the other. The other hand can come forward again for balance. I kind of like that move, and we're going to do 10 repetitions per side. One other tip I can give you for balance is don't tightrope your lunges. Don't step back with one foot directly behind the other. You're going to be off balance. So have a little room in the width of your stance for stability, balance, and control. Keep yourself upright when you're doing these. You're gonna feel these in the glutes. It's awesome stuff. We're gonna work the core now. Best thing for calisthenics, for gymnastics, for body weight strength. Instead of doing endless sit-ups, we're gonna work on hanging leg raises. These are awesome, not just for building a six-pack, these are for real core strength. Things that sit-ups won't give you, strong core strength. Hanging leg raises will give you strong core strength. They're also gonna build up your grip strength and your shoulder strength and help prep you to do real pull-ups. So that's why we're doing hanging leg raises. While the straight leg version is advanced, we're gonna start with a tuck version or a bent knee version. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna find your pull-up bar of appropriate height, grab on, and I like to not just relax at the bottom, I keep my core tight, almost make like a little dish, and from here I'm gonna raise my knees to my chest, bring them back down. Each time I do, I'm gonna contract and squeeze my abs. I'm gonna recommend you do at least 10 reps of this, again, according to your own ability. These are tuck, hanging leg raises. Awesome core strength builder. So we've done tuck hanging leg raises, and I mentioned they're great for core strength, but I'm also going to throw in some crunches too. People seem to like that, so we're going to do half crunches. You can do these on a mat. I'm going to use a picnic table today. All you're going to do, I'm sure you've done stuff like this, but in today's version, you're going to keep your knees up like this. Don't put your hands directly behind your neck because that's going to crank your neck a bit. But you can place them here. We're going to crunch and exhale. 15 times. So guys, we've gone through 9 basic body weight exercises that I think are absolutely the bomb for you. So we've done 5 upper body exercises, combination of pulling and pushing. We've done 2 lower body exercises, the squat and the lunge, and we did 2 core exercises, hanging tuck leg raises and crunches. What I recommend is go through the series. In between each technique, I want you to take probably 1 to 2 minute break. Don't rush through these, take your time. Once you've gone through all 9 exercises, I want you to take a much longer break. Take 4 or 5 minutes, okay? Drink some water, and then I want you to start at the top again and work through the 9 exercises again. Try at least 2 times to get through this. If you find 2 times is fine and you want to go for a third, go for a third. You can do this up to 5 times, anywhere between 2 to 5 times, but that depends on your level. So if you're starting out just repeating this 2 times, it may take you a while before you get to 3. But trust me, as I said in the beginning, this is a routine you can do consistently 3 times a week, and I guarantee it, you're gonna get results. You're gonna burn body fat, you're gonna build muscle, you're gonna build strength, you're gonna build some endurance, and look at this day. It's beautiful out here, it doesn't cost any money, so while you can, get outside.